And I'm here with Suneet Agarwal, a good friend of mine from conference days, the Seplat Group, and been knowing him for probably 3 years now. And he is the owner of what's the name of the company?
Sponsored by Spyglass Realty. If you're an agent listing in another city or state, we will take great care of your clients and pay a referral fee. If you're an agent in Austin that's thinking of making a move, let's talk.
So the name of the team is Sac Homes Group, which has been around for about 5-6 years. And then the name of the brokerage is Big Block Realty North. Lots of B's, lots of branding. We like to keep it interesting on everybody, right?
Awesome. So, and you know, it's so funny. So, Kelly, my marketing assistant, had said, "Well, there's the same name is associated with like 2 or 3 different teams or brokerages." Like, well, I'm sure it's him for all 3. So
yeah, 2, yes. So maybe 3.
Yeah. Tell me, what about where's the makeup of your companies now?
Sure. So, number one, Ryan, so fun to be here on with you. Thanks for the opportunity. You're my homie, and I love hanging out. So hanging out and recording, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, I can bring some value to your viewers and listeners. So, got the brokerage, pretty much independent, pretty much also a franchise. Another long story we'll leave for another episode. I think the brokerage has maybe 130, 140 agents. We've been open for less than 3 years, or maybe 3 years. COVID threw off all the time, right? I'm like, how long has it been? There was a year of COVID, so at least in California.
Yeah, right.
So the brokerage has about 130, of which about half at any given time are on my team. The team was around before the brokerage. And kind of led to the growth, to the formation of the brokerage, is looking for more options and the opportunity to work with more agents wherever they're at in their team, independent, different team. Right? I just want to work. I just want every agent in my entire town to work for one of my organizations. So
yeah, sure.
I want to give them options.
Well, and I know Anthony Lamacchia had put out, about his model, and we are very similar to his. It sounds like you kind of got an option for people that, want to kind of be independent without having to leave your team, or if they leave your team, they're still with your brokerage, right?
Yeah, and it's similar to everything. Just my branding is a little off, but I'm cool with it.
Yeah. So tell me, where are you from originally? Are you from Sacramento?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Yuba City, which is 37 minutes north of Sacramento, a little farming town. Not little, I guess there's people there now, but small town, Northern California. Country, like country. And then went to college at Chico State, which used to be the #1 party school, until I graduated. Then it dropped. Right, Chico State up here, like he was #1 in Playboy, like in the early '90s. It was epic, right? Graduated with a degree in business. Moved up to Sacramento and just started out in the mortgage industry. Got out of that. Owned some other businesses all over, and have some wild, fun stories about that.
What other businesses? Tell me about that.
So right, I had the first legal cannabis dispensary in Sacramento, and helped lobby the city for the ordinance and the taxes, and then got out of that in 2012, and then kind of just sat around and consulted. And really didn't know what I was doing, bro. It was only in I didn't get my license till 2014.
Yeah.
Right. Next month January is my anniversary of being licensed for 8 years. So after sitting at my house for 2 years, after the dispensary life and all that other stuff, one of my boys called me and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm consulting." I was working out twice a day. I was drinking 5 nights a week. I was having fun. Right. He's like, "Hey, I made a bunch of money last year in real estate. You're not doing anything. Your friggin' mom is calling me and saying, what's he gonna do? He has money, but he's not doing anything." So I mean, whatever. Like I paid my bills and had my fun. I wasn't, successful in the traditional sense. So my buddy had called me and said, come get into real estate. I made a bunch of money last year, so I went to Coldwell Banker, and nobody was really using much for CRMs or tech in 2014. I was the first one in the office, or one of the first to really consider buying leads at the time. And within 9 months of being licensed, I was the rookie of the year for the Coldwell Banker region. And dude, I spent all my money on Zillow leads and did open houses. And the first year, I was like one of the most productive agents in the area, at the office, especially it being so newly licensed. So that kind of got me hungry, right? Mm-hmm. So I ended up leaving Coldwell. I did the whole Keller thing, and when I got to Keller, all the additional education and lead gen and Facebook groups and coaching, I really got opened up to that, and just kind of got after it.
When did you start the team?
So if I was licensed in 2014, I started the team at the end of 2015, like within like a year and a half. Like I liked owning businesses. I didn't really necessarily love like being a realtor. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to leverage myself so I could just do more shit. And at the time, my wife was pregnant with our first kid, and I just wanted to be around more, right? So I just leveraged myself instantly. And all the money I was making, I just lived with very low means. And all the money that I made, or a big chunk of it, I just reinvested into leads and systems. And the way I started my team was really easy. I bought a PPC system, Commissions Inc. I sat at a Coldwell Banker office, and there were 6 agents who sat in the little cube farm as me. And I said, hey, I got some leads. How about if you close them, or you give me 50%? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I had a team of 6 within like 15 minutes.
Yeah. I did Commissions Inc. too. Did you ever go out to any of their conferences?
No, I didn't.
They had some great ones. That was probably
I heard.
Yeah, well, I went to Tiger Leads one, and then I went to after that I went to Commissions Inc. and they had some really good ones. So where did you start I guess you bought into your brokerage or like a franchise or something?
Yeah. So then, the challenge I had with other brokerages is that, well, I wasn't the damn boss, and that was a challenge for me. At that point, I had been coaching for another company, really involved with lab coat agents, which tremendously, Tristan Ahumada was a pivotal mentor in my career. So all props to Tristan, lab coat agents Facebook group. Just opened up to new ideas and new everything. Mm-hmm. So got more into leads, wanted a better plan to work with more agents. The double split of having a team at a traditional, like in my case, Heather Williams, was a challenge for retention of the agents because it was expensive, mm-hmm. right? So went to 100% shop, didn't like the support, and then decided two of my best friends, Sam and Oliver, owned Big Block. We were traveling together. They had a very good model, and they said, hey, we want to open this up. Do you want to be our first franchise? And I said, sure, let's fucking do it, right? And we opened it up, and it was a lot of learning, but then it was all about growing that and growing the team and pedal to the metal.
So, and recently you guys won, was it #1 team in California on Real Trends? What was that?
Yeah, Real Trends, #1 mega team in the state of California. Yeah.
And is that by volume or what?
Units. So we were number like 8 for volume, because I live in California, and some of these SoCal teams average price point is like 15 million. Yeah. Right? So we weren't in the top 5 there, but we were #1 by units.
Okay. And so that's not is that Big Block or Best Sac?
No, that's my team, Best Sac Homes Group.
Okay, so that's kind of your baby, right?
That's the baby, yeah.
And you and I have talked a lot because you've done a couple things right before me. Like you hired your first sales manager, I hired my sales manager like I don't know a few months later, and you've been very generous in helping me with some documents and outline all that stuff there. But how is your leadership team structured now?
Sure. So I know that a lot of people are really subscribing to EOS, which I think is great. Um, I've never been a subscriber to that. Maybe that's my own downfall from being miseducated or maybe just uneducated. But I have a business degree and I have a college degree in business,
Mhm.
bachelor's. I have a bunch of business in my family. I've ran a bunch of businesses, and I'm also very confident. So I think the way I'm doing it is great. So
Sure.
Ryan is I'm the CEO of two companies. Two more we'll have open up, and then I have different leaders and partners in each company. Right.
Yeah.
So, like in my brokerage, I have an office manager and I have a managing broker who is
Yep.
my partner, right? Great guy, Kevin Markarian, great guy. One of my good friends too. And then we have a bunch of staff. We have an accounts manager and customer support manager, and the customer is the agent, right? But on the team, I have my sales manager, right, who
Yeah.
is really it's accountability and coaching of the agents. He's a football guy. He was all American football at Colorado, University of Colorado, right? He
Yep.
ran big Century 21 offices, like a regional manager. So he's like the old school management type who's really into coaching the agents. He's
Yep.
very patient. He's very sweet. He's also a former football player, so he's a beast of a guy doing it, right? It's
Yeah.
a good mix. The office manager helps out with things that an office manager would do. Someone needs something, right? I have an ISA manager who manages the local ISAs and the virtual ISAs, which is a robust thing. I have
Yep.
a VA manager. We have about 15 other VAs. I have a marketing manager who's responsible for managing the content and the people making the content. And
So you're staff heavy then.
yeah, but I run lean. Like,
Yeah.
I have a listing manager who manages the traditional listings. I have oh, that was a beep. I have another manager that manages a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's interesting because your sales manager is a lot like mine. My sales manager really nice, really sweet. He played what is it? College football before he hurt himself, but
dude, that's so funny. Yeah.
I know, isn't that crazy? Like like super nice guy, very patient, very, and I
Yes.
think,
He's a football coach type guy, right? Like
yeah, absolutely.
he
Yeah.
compliments me. I can be a little brash and impatient.
Yeah.
I really don't have time to wait around, right? So
Or patience,
yeah,
like
well,
me.
let's be honest, yes.
Yeah, right. And so where are you guys going to go from here with the team and the brokerage? What's next?
So I better be number one in 2022 too, or I'm going to be highly upset. But
Yeah.
that's okay. Like if I'm not, that's fine. For me, the metric was always being number one in Sacramento,
Yeah.
right? Well, it was
Yeah.
never the real goal,
Right. It just happened.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to our mutual coach, Cheplak, and I said, dude, like I remember I said, by the way that these numbers are looking, bro, I could be number one in the state. He's all, get out of here. I was
Yeah.
all, dude, I think I'm really beating everybody by a lot. And then as we kept looking and my numbers, I was all, bro, like this is gonna be crazy.
Now. Yeah. Yeah. And so are you actively recruiting now? What's the situation with that?
I'm hiring a full-time person to recruit. It's the only way. I've
Yeah.
been doing it. I've like whatever. Like I am a great recruiter. However, now I also coach full time with John. Right. I mean, I have a full schedule getting to coach our wonderful people in Cheplak's groups. So I think like I'm going to pay somebody and I'm going to pay them well. So, I mean, we have ISAs for recruiting right now. I have a contract guy who I pay per person that he bringing on the recruiter to help and just do the job that I'm unable to because of coaching and doing everything else, right? Like the systems are there, but you know as well as I do that you want real growth, hire somebody good at it.
So let me ask you this. So one of the things that I ask people is like, what mistakes they've made. And when I realized, after hearing everyone's, model and just analyzing, like one thing that we're not good at is hiring brand spanking new agents. So we just actually got the last one today, but this guy's I've been working with for, months. He's got, 20 years of sales. And like we had limited it to 4 or 5 a year, but I'm done with that. Do you do that?
I'll bring on everybody. Yep.
Yeah. So you've got a pretty good training for new agents.
I mean, if I probably do the same thing as you, I put them through Crush It in Real Estate. I think is good, but could probably use an update once a month.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We do the same thing,
Right. But I've been wrong enough times about enough people and for the team leaders out there, you should be more profitable on a brand new agent than on an experienced one.
Yeah, you should. I don't know. For me, what I've identified is that the ones that we are very, very successful with are the agents that have been in business 3 or 4 years that have been done from anywhere from like 1 to 4 million, right? Because most likely they've gone all the ones that we take from other teams because they have the ability to be on our leads and then they can jump off because that's kind of what they want anyway. And so I think that's what the beauty about what you have is you have, like me, something that they can go and not have to leave your organization. They can come back on it, and I love you said that in the beginning because I have on my board right here examples of, fill your pipeline, get out of it. It's like, whatever the solution is for the agent, we're looking to not have a stopping point where, okay, I've reached the stopping point. I've got all I can out of your organization. Now I need
time to leave. Yeah.
So, well, dude, awesome. What's next? But you already asked that. You're going into recruiting. Anything new coming on with you guys?
Dude, I've been really focused on coaching lately. It's been really great. And the team is doing great. I mean, the main thing is, as you know, is KFR, like get fucking people in the door, right? So and the opportunity, I mean, right now it's October, it's November 2nd, bro. Like, have you hit your recruiting numbers for the year?
I have. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, my goal was 75 and I hit that yesterday.
Good.
So, and not that I'm stopping, but I'm using the rest of this period to kind of just make sure that who we have. What I don't want the agents to feel like we're just, putting warm bodies in here. And so we're very managed on how many agents we're growing just because, again, I don't want any, like we're going to grow. And I had a speech with them last week at our team meeting. We're going to grow and we're going to grow through 2022, but we're going to go responsibly. And quite frankly, we wouldn't be able to provide all the things we provided this year, like customized listing appointments, Zavvy, just all this stuff if we wouldn't have had the people to bring in the revenue to do that, So, it's one of these things it's a double-edged sword. You want to grow, but you also don't want to make people feel uncomfortable with it. So,
well, you don't want people to feel uncomfortable where they get motivated to actually perform.
It's that, but like, no. It's making sure that we have good people, right? And so like I actually have about 3 more that reached my quota. But I mean, that's the end of the day, but I've got three more that are coming before the end of the year. At least 3 more that have highly high volume agents that are gonna really be able to contribute to the rest of the culture.
Good. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So anyway, man, thank you so much for being part of our podcast. Where can people find you if they're looking for you online?
So find me on Instagram, find me on the gram. It's Suneet, SUNEET _ Agarwal, AGARWAL 916.
And what's your
Follow
website?
me. You can follow me on Big Block Realty North.com, Sac Homes Group.com, 100% commission, Sacramento.com,
Awesome,
join
dude.
SacsTopTeam.com. That's a good one for your team leaders out there. You want to see a good converting site for the recruiting, join Sacs Top Team. Join Sacramento'sTopTeam.com.
Awesome, dude. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for being part of our broadcast.
Yes, sir.